So this is a demonstration of a LLM-powered autocoder. So basically what happens is you can come into the system, put what you want it to build. So just for example purposes, a simple calculator that evaluates expressions and can do the 4 basic math operations. And what's going to happen is it's going to run the autocoder. And basically what it does is it takes any problem you want and it breaks that problem down into small components. And then it generates schemas for input and output for each of those components so that they can each be tested in isolation. And then once all of the tests are passing, and since the inputs and outputs have defined schemas, then it's able to easily pass the information between the components. So it will then wire the components together, and then you have a full integrated system. So here we've got the debug log. So you can see we've got a data object here that takes the input. So it's got no input port, or this one got 0 input ports and 1 output ports. And it'll just do that for every component. And anytime it doesn't match the rules or there's some issue, it will then go back and self-heal and fix itself. So right now it ran successfully. And when that happens, we'll get a generated system for a simple calculator. And right now I have feedback generated. So first what it's going to do is it's going to show you how the system works. So you're going to put what your input in an input JSON, and then it delivers it into the input data object, and then it will parse that, and then it will calculate the result, and then it will feed that result to the output, and then it puts that in an output JSON. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and approve it. And if I didn't like what it was, I could type in any comment, and then it would go back and fix the blueprint, how it's thinking about this. So we've also got a simple summary of the system here that's generated to help understand what's going on. And if you want to look, this was the initial system, and then it fixed it until it got to the final version. So you can see the system name is a simple calculator. It's got a system summary. It's defined the different schemas, so expression schema, result schema, that are used to communicate between the different parts of the system. And then the components are the different parts of the system themselves. So we've got one that takes input as a data object, and then it will parse the expressions, and it goes through the whole thing. And then at the end, we've got the bindings that tells, okay, we need to take the one component and bind it to another, and then this component and bind it to another. And then when it's done, which hopefully it should be now, so it tells us that the system was successful. So I'll just change to this directory real quick so we can see it running. And now what happens is we have an input JSON, so it automatically populates it so that you can see how the example should look. So let's say we want to do 2 times 2 plus 3. We can save that, and then we will run the file, and then it tells us what it's doing, and then the result pops up here in the output. So 2 times 2 plus 2 is 3. So that's a quick demonstration of the autocoder on a simple system.